I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like.
BA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Panthers' 22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
4-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
7, Panthers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Completes it to Samuel. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Panther.
Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Just like that. Just like that.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Taken down at the...
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's see what you got. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
At the 28-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
The tackle by Robert Quinn.
The tackle made by Robert Quinn. A gain of 2. brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bears' 26-yard line.
Let's go, defense.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Bears 7, Panthers nothing.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
2nd and 8 coming up.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. Down right around the 25.
On the carry.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Joey Sly on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Check 31.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
58, Mike. Man, I got you. Man,
From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd and 5. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. I got you, punk. Go Delta. Mike 50.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Going for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
10-10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now,
he's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
A gain of
as we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 30 on second down, Trubisky, the screen pass here to Cohen, and he'll lose yardage, brought down at the 32. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to go deep for Conley. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
To number 87.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
36.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Bridgewater to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Touchdown, Chicago! What a run, 79 yards on the punt return. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Zane Gonzalez lining
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to them.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Bears 21, Panthers 6. Zane Gonzalez set to kick.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Taken in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. Picked off at the 11. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete from the contact. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. He's going to go deep for Conley. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
First down.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's got room. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
makes the score Bears 31, Panthers 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And right side, Henry's got it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go, here we go. Hey, 50. 50's the Mike.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20. Yard line.
The Bears. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brought down at the 13-yard
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
On 2nd and a yard, Trubisky. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
complete.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
And it brings up
Play action. It's Trubisky. Steps away. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Leonard Floyd. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. 69. Mike's 50. And let's get this,
A shotgun snap for Greer. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Lock in. He's checking crack.
Now Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Back to throw, Greer. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Greer operating from the gun. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Greer. And this is caught. He hits more. The 40, 30, 10, touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score Bears 41, Panthers 20.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to go deep for Conley. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They go play action. Trubisky. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
6-yard line.
Trubisky to throw again. The quick slant caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 6 yards away. As the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe there's seeking some revenge or they just don't like them. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. A play fake. Now Greer to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The credit that sack to Robert Quinn. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will make it into the end zone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He's going to go deep for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, it's Trubisky. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
After the turnover, here's Greer. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike, 50, Mike, 50. Come off the ball. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. 19 tight.
Another try after the first down sack. Greer, now a desperation throw deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.